I really don't think that anybody would argue with you if you said that the people behind this current administration are hell-bent on destroying this country. You wouldn't get an argument. It's just a fact. We're seeing high inflation numbers, highest inflation numbers in 30, 40 years. I think the last I saw was we're at about 8.6. Now just consider for a minute, if the administration's Green New Deal would have gone through, we'd probably be looking at 25, 30% inflation at this point in time. You know, we're seeing negative GDP along with the inflation. Stock market, Standard & Poor's, NASDAQ, everything's down. What this means is this is all pointing to a recession. What are some things you can do to protect yourself against the recession? Hang on, I'm going to tell you. And I'll tell you right out of the gate, about the best thing you can do right now is get yourself out of debt. If you're able to pay off that car loan, if you've got a student loan, if you've got some type of personal loan, heck, if you can even pay off your mortgage, the best advice right now, heading into this recession, is to pay everything off and get out of debt. Then once that's done, you need to start saving your cash. And I mean cash. Have cash on hand. Have cash at your house secured, but have it on hand. You can also look to see about getting a second income. Maybe you're retired and you're not working. Maybe you can go out and get something in the evenings or the weekend. I don't know, maybe working 20, 30 hours a week. There's a lot of people that are hiring, and you can use that money going into this recession. If you've got a bunch of stuff laying around the house, laying around your place that you're not using, sell it. There's probably somebody out there that'll pay you cash for it. You can use things like Craigslist, Let Go, OfferUp is another one I'm familiar with, and you can post this stuff into the community and find people that will buy it from you, and you can have the cash, and plus you get it off your property. Learn to live a frugal lifestyle. You don't have to have the latest and greatest, and you don't have to stop and get a coffee every morning, and you don't have to eat out every day for lunch. You can learn to live frugally. If you're able, cut your expenses. Do you have a lot of subscriptions to like maybe some online services, some streaming services, and you really don't use them? I know just last year we got rid of our satellite subscription because we had all those channels, and you know what? We really didn't watch a whole lot of TV, and that saved us a lot of money. If you do that, you'll save a lot of money as well, and that'll help you cut your expenses. And speaking of debt, the best thing you can do is to stay out of debt if at all possible. Now I hear people talk, and they're talking about getting a new car, getting some new furniture for the house, getting a new appliance, and I'm like, well, what's wrong with your car? Oh, it's just old. Well, what's wrong with your furniture? Oh, we just want something new. Well, what's wrong with your appliances? Oh, they work fine. They're just kind of out of date. We want to get the latest and greatest. You don't have to do that. If you've got an automobile that runs, maybe it needs a little repair here and there. If you can do it, do that repair yourself. And you don't have to have the latest, newest home furnishings, and you don't have to have the latest and greatest iPhone or the latest and greatest refrigerator or dishwasher. Honestly, you can wash your dishes by hand. If you're one of the people that do that, leave me a comment down below, would you? Another thing you might want to consider is networking with others. Now, I'm not so much talking about a mutual aid group, but yeah, if you've got one of those, that's great. But you can network with others. Maybe you have a service that somebody else needs, or they have a service that you need, and you might be able to trade off with what you need and what they need. And that's a great idea. Plus it helps you, and it helps them, and it saves everybody money. You're not having to pay out cash for whatever it is you need, and you can just repay that service in kind. And finally, something we all need to do, and that is keep prepping. Keep getting the things you use. And I say it that way because I don't just mean get the things you need, but get the things you use. You know, I'm reminded of the prepper saying that 2 is 1 and 1 is none. And what that means is you need to be buying in duplicate and maybe even in triplicate the stuff you use. Now, I'm not talking about hoarding, but the stuff that you use, the stuff that you know down the line you're going to be needing. You might not need it now, but you're going to need it down the line. Go ahead and get that now because the prices are going up. We've all seen that, and it's not going to get better, and they're saying that we could be in for a multi-year recession, and God forbid that this thing turns into a depression. Let's keep our eyes on that. Hey guys, if you found this information helpful, why don't you go ahead and press down on that thumbs up and give me a like. And if you're not a subscriber yet, why don't you go ahead and subscribe right now and hit that notification bell, and you get notified each and every time I upload some new content. So go ahead and do that right now. Tough times are here, and we've all seen it coming, and this is not going to be a surprise to anybody. I think you guys know what to do. Keep your nose out of the news. You don't need all that stuff polluting your thoughts. It's just a distraction. Get out of debt, save your cash, and keep prepping. You guys have a blessed day.